All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol RKT, Rocket Companies Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So, Rocket Companies Inc. had a run, obviously, after an bearish trajectory. It hit lows here of about 1780. From that point forward, it ran up to these highs here of $22.98. If you want to just round that up to $23, it almost missed it by a couple of cents. And from that point forward, it dipped and it's hit these lows here in the last couple of days. It hasn't reached it. It's gotten close to it, but this low here was 2024. So these two numbers are the most important for the next coming days and weeks. We're currently close to the lowest support level after that one, and that's right here at this point of 2065. Obviously there's other ones seen here, but after those days the lowest one hit was 2065, and today we recently hit 2062, but it's been holding itself up above that. Now the 50-day moving average is still above the price. No matter the volatility has been up and down, no matter what, the bears are slightly in control here. So the bulls need to come in hefty and strong to bring this up, or this could be on its way down to newer lows. So we're going to look at this very closely here, and I want to talk about one of the lowest points before it leveled off. All these other numbers are important. This number right here at 2062, super important to keep in mind, but I want to talk about this low here before it leveled off and started to pick back up, and we're going to see the highest point before it fell again. So this actually fell, it rose back up, and then we're going to look at the highest point before it fell again, and then obviously we recovered, rebounded, and we're here right now at 21.19. So we're going to zoom in here and pay close attention here to what's important. The 50-day moving average is currently 21.27. Super important number to keep in mind. Anything below that, we're in bearish territory. Anything above that, we're in bullish territory. So for the bulls to get back into bullish territory, obviously they need to break through the 50-day moving average, get back in it, but to pull away from it will lead to more confirmation from the bulls perspective and their end to start to reach newer highs. How do they do that? They need to break through this resistance. That is 21.77. They need to turn that into a support, pull away from it, reach newer highs, break through new resistance levels, and reach deeper bullish territory. They'll pull away from the 50-day moving average and continue their momentum and rally. So yes, the 50-day moving average is important to get back into bullish territory, but to confirm and get ahead and reach newer highs, 21.77 is a very important number for the bulls to maintain momentum above in bullish territory and to continue to pull away and reach those highs. Now we're currently at 21.19. We're below the 50-day moving average, so we're in bearish territory, as I repeated earlier. Now, one important number here as we see this, if it gets broken through, is our support. Because we're already in bearish territory, and if it gets broken through, I want to emphasize to all investors, pay close attention to how this stock is reacting. How quickly is it hitting newer lows? Is it pulling away from the 50-day moving average significantly? Are the bulls trying to reappear and bring this back up? Because our support here at 2070 is super important, and I want to emphasize to all investors to pay close attention to and watch the behavior of this stock. We're already in bearish territory, and breaking through 2070 is much more significant that we're getting deeper into bearish territory. So keep that number in mind, and it will pull away from the 50-day moving average much more significantly to reach newer lows. Another thing that I want to go ahead and point out here is earnings. So last time's earnings was actually an estimate of 1.43. and it ran up to about 4.49. I mean, that was tremendous numbers ahead and astronomical in a way. And currently, earnings was an estimate of 1.09, and we currently saw that it was actually a surprise negative 0.55, about 50% negative. Now, I know that there was a buyback, and it was a $1 billion buyback, and that was all over different articles and stuff. And a lot of people want to know how that affects the stock. Well, buybacks usually are to make the stock slightly rise due to the fact that those buybacks happen and it creates more equity and less shares available. So could that be a good thing? Yeah, it could be a good thing. It could attract more investors. It could mean that the company is working its way towards, creating more attractiveness, because right now it's not looking as attractive, right? Because it's just been hanging around in this area no matter what good news they talk about, because the last time they talked about good news, this is what happened. Then earnings came up. This is where they're at, and they may want to hold themselves up and continue to rise up. But let's go ahead and look up together what buyback means, right? Like what does it mean for a company to do a buyback? So I want you guys to see what effect it has. That's why it's good to go ahead and talk about this stuff, and know what's going on when these things are happening. But what is it? What does it do? What does it do for the company? Well, this is Investopedia here, right? Investopedia. Excuse me. I said Investopedia. But Investopedia here shows us 3 reasons why the companies buy back stocks. And this is the simplest way to make it. Stock buybacks help the companies consolidate ownership. I mean, that's obvious. They're going ahead and saying, all right, well, we want to kind of take away some of the shareholders' possibilities of gaining more percentages of the company, or more people with the capability of becoming, the shareholders or larger shareholders. Then when there's market pessimism, companies use buybacks to increase equity value. When there's markets pessimism, well, obviously the market is all over the place right now with volatility. They also want to increase the equity value, and that makes sense. That's nothing wrong with that. That's actually going to make the stock look more attractive. It also shows that buybacks can make companies look more financially healthy, attracting more investors. Well, there it is. In simple terms, it's to attract and lure in more investors, because if this is seen to have been at these lows down here at 1780, it's currently at 21 something, right? And that buyback does go through, or it already went through, this should be on its way to rising up to newer highs, but not because everybody's buying in. It's also because of the buyback happening, which then attracts more investors to say, whoa, this is growing. And not only that, rocket companies wants to get more ownership of their own company. That with this information, you guys are well equipped and ready for tomorrow's trading day. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you watched this video. And guys, anybody that is expecting news, I want to go ahead and state that there are times that I do share news accordingly in correlation to the charts, but I usually speak about it out loud. I do my analysis more on the charts, because sometimes news is a lot of speculation, hype, and hope that sometimes does get delivered and sometimes it doesn't get delivered. Another thing too, I'm not against speculation and hype. That's what creates stocks to usually run up like this, right? That's good. That's what the market needs sometimes. But what I'm trying to do is actually quiet it all down so that every single investor and viewer can focus in on the numbers and focus in on the cues as the days play out. So I apologize if I don't have news and I don't have other things added onto the chart. I would highly appreciate actually from you guys, investors as well. You guys all have a voice. You guys are all part of the community. It's not just me speaking here to you guys, showing you the screen, showing you the charts. It's not only my voice. You guys have a voice as well. I encourage and appreciate when you guys take a moment and say, hey, I saw this in the chart. Don't forget to state this, or hey guys, this is what's going on. I believe that the chart is moving like this because I saw this article. Hey, this is what happened. So I went ahead and took a moment and talked about the $1 billion buyback and why they happened, to just kind of give investors an idea of what could happen due to that buyback. But I don't really incorporate news with my charts. I'm focusing more in on the charts. I believe that everybody is capable of finding news at their fingertips. But charts, this is to the T. The charts don't lie. They show the numbers. They show the results. They show the reaction. I mean, they keep it without any speculation and news and hype. They keep it 100 with what you see. This is what you see. This is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's why I love charts. And I hope that you guys are loving charts too. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money.